Hello everybody, Forest Mountains here. Today with this new project, Zero Tolerance 0203. So I guess this second hard folder or hardest folder in their collection is 023, 0203, but I don't know if there was any like 0202 something. I think that there wasn't. Actually, do you remember this one? So here we are. So this is the original, and by the way, for you, I got it here. Interesting is this one was 0100, so this is the original fixed blade, and there was the 0200, the folder which they state there. They said we want to build a folder which will be hard or could be used hard as a fixed blade. It can replace your fixed blade, which should this one be, but it wasn't actually. You might see test about it. There is the liner lock in there, or is it maybe frame lock. See how it's angled. It's after batoning, but it works. That's important thing. I've changed grind on it, which is important to some information about this new knife. We got this project here, so let's carry on. This is the at-home video, and there of course will be a test after time. It came in this box, made in USA, as we might see here, and there was just this plastic cover for the knife and some label for your information, another information, nothing else. So go to the knife. Zero Tolerance 0203, as I said. So it is made of CPM M4 steel. I got it on a Thor knife, so I got some experience with it. Not like on those knives. This one came pretty nicely sharp, guys. Very, very nice. By the way, we can check it right now. And it's been used. It's important. I use that. I sliced a couple of branches in my orchard. Trees, apple tree, some branches, and apricot tree, something like that. Simply, I needed to improve something there. Then I tried to cut some spruce board, very clear. Without any knots. It's important. This is what I'm saying now. Any knots there, and some dried seasoned peach wood branch. That's it. Just I want to know how this one works, because the handling, everything was fine. So how sharp it was. This is after the use, and I haven't sharpened it. It is still the original edge. There are some, you might see some spots, a bit dark on the edge, on the silver line. That's probably the resin. I used WD-40 to clean it, and it wasn't so. After the use, nice. By the way, AK-48K1, the Magna Cut, just very thin blade. This one works very close to that, even though it was much thinner blade. Much thinner edge blade actually too. Okay, so let's go for that. So we got this CPM M4, as I said, 60 to 62 HRC, which is all right. It's very tough steel. Weight 188 grams. 188 grams or 6.6 ounces. You might see how fine tip is there. Oh, by the way, this ancestor of it, so 0200, weighs 227 grams or 8 ounces, guys. This is 1.5 ounce almost heavier than this one. This is really chunky knife. It's heavy, simply. You might see, by the way, it's excellent if you see that. So when I line up, let's say, the end of those handles, about. So see that new one, the new model 03, is longer. But when I line up this spot, like the end of the sharpening choil, which I will do, I hope something like this one now, the original model 0200 seems to me is okay, a hair longer on the blade, just 1 millimeter, maybe 2, something like that. So the real edge, if I take it from this one, the cutting edge from this spot on this one, it's slightly longer, but just hair, as I said. So just for your imagination. And what we got here, it's made in USA, as I said. They call it drop point. Okay, it's manual. Always when I grab this knife, I always want to have this flipper, like on this one, 0200. Yeah, the lock is very, very tight there. So the lock, it's nice that you got an active guard. You might use it even this way as a ramp for your thumb. Anyway, I don't use this knife now. It's only in my collection because it's really too heavy. It's really too heavy. From that time, everything improves. This one was kind of like this. I guess this one was the very first knife, like in factory-made knife of CPM3V. I don't know really if there was any one single made of CPM3V. As I said, as a manufactured company, so simply not by some single mine knife maker. So somebody may do that, but not as a company, like mass-produced knife. That's a mass-produced knife. So this is CPM3V, probably the very first knife. And what I want to say, this one was one from the very first, like, overbuilt, tough built knife, folder actually. I think they failed in that what was behind that. So the idea, so forget your fixed blade, this is as tough as your fixed blade. No, it's not. So the lock, it survives everything, it works actually, but it was kind of disappointing, but it works, as I said. So we got the dural lock, new mechanism. So when it's the crossbar, generally this should be made of hardened steel, the body of the lock. So, and the spring there is, I don't know, it's kind of soft, but not that soft. It was, for me, said, oh, that's really nice. So drop, that's the drop. By the way, see that, where is the point of the, like, returning or closing, somewhere here. So great. Carry on details. It's manual, so we got a double hand thumb studs. By the way, of course, the deep pocket only tip up carry. We can use it on both sides, which is great. I will go to the tip a bit later. The description for the knife is work. This is like working knife, not any military, not any something like that. They said working knife. It's the description on the page. So yeah, we got nice working knife. G10 handles and steel liners in it. So of course olive. That's an olive. And see those steel liners there. I hope, yes. Steel liners there. And blade length 10.2 centimeters, and it's from the very tip of the G10 or of the handle to the very tip here. So 10.2 centimeters or 4 inches. It's black PVD coated. By the way, there is there are some coated. They said what is the coating on the clip and on this black oxide something. Sorry guys about that. I don't really care about that because I guess it's rust resistant, and that's enough for me. So bevel thickness, that's important. So again, on the silver line, where the silver line starts, there is 0.6 of millimeter or 0.02 of an inch, which is not accurate. But it's nice crossroad for to be still tough, especially for folder, but it starts to be the slicer. That's what I said. On the 0.6 millimeter for me, it's all right. This one was 0.3, very, very thin blade and very fragile compared to that one. Overall length the knife is 23.5 or 9 centimeters or 9.25, so 9.25 of an inch, like that. Closed, we got 13.3 centimeters or 5.25 of an inch. Blade thickness is 4.1 millimeter, so we might see where the thickest part is, and there is the 4.1 or 0.16 of an inch, so that's the thickness. Handle thickness is 1.7 centimeters or 0.69. To be honest, I haven't checked that, where is it, but I guess it's not this one, but it's somewhere here. This one seems to be by eye. This should be definitely nice, 2 centimeters, definitely. So it's probably without the clip. Is there something I want to tell you? The crossbar, as I said, Duralock, like many companies got, and I guess it's not there. I haven't seen that, but there are bronze washers, or so no ball bearing, which I do like. I prefer. About the, if you ask me how this one, what is the play on the side to side, very minor, and up and down 0. We'll see how it works. After that, I will do a couple of tests of this weight or about the lock. We'll see. I hope it works. Interesting is how is the pivot here. It is Torx and 5/16 they said. Doesn't matter, I guess, but it must be for something for the thumb stud or for this one, because yeah, of course, no, not for this one, for this thumb stud. But anyway, I don't care about this one, but about how to tight the blade. Zero tolerance always got something different. So we see from this side, this is definitely not any screw, but here it's not like standard female screw. It's there are just 2 sides. You can grab them with, let's say, with pliers, so not like 6 sides, but there are only 2. It looks like, for the first look, I said, oh, there is that six sides, and so you can use your wrench or something like that. No, you can't. Just pliers, or maybe it works like that. I haven't tried, but with the pliers, just grab it for those 2 spots and tied it or loosen up. It's all right. I don't care for that, and I'm happy with this. Another interesting, by the way, there is. It looks nice. It looks nice compared to this one. This is kind of raw, and see how they designed it. So that this one was what I meant, but that's not the case on that knife. This is you can have 6. It doesn't matter from what position. 3, but 3 actually. 1, 2, 3, and it's doubled. Of course, it's not there. That's different. And of course, here we got this one. It's rounded, but here it sits there, so it means it won't twist. It doesn't matter what happens when you tie it up, it won't twist. Of course, there are 2 because they are usually the D, but this one it's done by this one, and the Duralock looks nice, and the knife is quiet. It's quiet, guys. It works. See, it's very quiet. That's yeah. By the way, this one, see just this hardware, how it's placed. Lanyard for lashing. It could be done probably even by this last spacer here. Yeah, it's all right. By the way, this one is about 1.5 inch. This one is about 1.5 inch. This is the highest point. So when you carry it, if it matters for you, that's all right. It sits there not only, or there, of course, there's the stop bar, stop pin here, of course, where this one sits in, and of course there is the lock. It's nice to see, I don't know if you might see here, it's nice to see, it's there, beautiful. Just few cuts, few slices. How this one, you saw it on that paper. I have to push more. That was, I'll try it with this one. Yeah, it's not that slicey knife, but it's pretty slicey. Okay, take it from this one. Double. You know what? I try. I haven't tried before, I think. Yeah, I did. There are 4 layers, so this is really something nice. But you have to use power. That's important. It's sharp enough and everything, but you have to use power. The first time I was a little bit overestimated the sharpness, because it is sharp. After that, guys, it shaves. It still shaves, yeah. It shaves. I don't know how I would use this one to get off someone out of a car, to stick such pointy knife somewhere under his seatbelt and try to lose him up out of the car, but I can do it with the knife. Definitely, you see on this one, it's doubled now. Yeah, so it's there. I really need to use some power, but the sweep of that and the sharpness is there. Cardboards. Yeah, for that knife, it's all right. I've tried to use, as I said, my orchard. So I cut off some branches, and sometimes you have to clean if your cut with a saw is not clean, so you have to clean it up. Usually they use some special knives with thin, sometimes kind of hooked blade. So I tried to use this one because it is really sharp. You can feel it. So I did it with that, and it was all right. What I do like on this knife, you can choke up here. I don't know if that was mentioned for that. I really don't know. There is this spot, of course, but you have to really push to that way to get to the point. So if you really use it in this way, like we normally do, so more this one, it's absolutely fine, and it simply gives you more ability to use it for delicate work, just something like this one. We'll see. I will do the test, of course, but I've tried a couple of times. This I got it 2 days about, so I of course I couldn't resist, to use it simply. And I'm happy with. I'm not happy with, and what I realized yesterday evening when I was sitting, watching my TV, and I had this knife. I played with the knife, and I said, "What's this one?" And I found a spot here. I don't know if you can see. I found a spot here. This one, somewhere here. I don't know if you can see it. For me, it was, yeah, here it is. for me here. Yeah, now you can see it. You can see here. There is a very small, tiny spot which is like damaged. It's damaged, but the real edge, not like the whole that sharpened part, but just the really edge. So when you slice, you can't really realize it. But when you look on that really precisely, you will find something is there, and of course when you use your nail, yeah, it's there. Nothing serious. I didn't sharpen it now because I want to see. I want you to see. I'm 99.99% sure it was not because of me. Because as I said, I used the knife, but I cut only softwood or mid-softwood, usually fresh or something where it was clear to see what I can cut. So if that wood cows this one, then the steel is crap. That's absolutely no way. I don't have any knife in my collection which will be damaged by that kind of wood, as I said. No knots, no hardwood, no super dried wood, nothing like that. So I'm pretty much sure, and of course no nails and something like I didn't try these things. So that I'm 100% sure for. But this one, if I did some delicate work and it chipped out for the, as I said, relatively soft wood, I don't trust it. I don't believe it simply. So I guess it was from manufacturer. So zero tolerance. Be careful, please, about what you send, because as I said, I'm pretty much sure it wasn't because of me. It's brand new knife. I haven't sliced any hard material with it, and as I said, it's shaving sharp. So it's and I haven't touched the blade. It's still original there. So must be from the production. I don't know what they did, how they did it, but it is there. Do I care? Will I send it back? No, absolutely not. I don't care about that. I can. You hardly to find it. You have to look for it, and when you slice, no. I will care about it a little bit with the sharpening rod. I mean ceramic rod, that should be all right, but it's really hard to find because the edge catch it really. I can't find it if I will do this one. So it's a really small spot, and it's probably not that deep that it will cause any problems when you cut. I'll do this one now. Yeah, I passed the pot. I hear that. Now it was there. Now, so I just feel it, but can't see the result of that. Absolutely no way. Yeah, I hear that it's there, but it won't change any cutting performance. It's not that big and not that, long and deep. So it's there. So just be careful about that. Interesting was the description. Important for you. We will finish this one before I will show you some comparing with this. So you saw those another knives, and I'll show you a few more as a comparing this one. But deep carry, guys, if you go to experience, I don't have any at the moment any deep pocket carry folder. This is my first. And when I put this one into my pocket, I said, okay, I'm screwed, because when the pocket, I show you where I will do the outside test video. But when I want to grab this knife out of my pocket, so from one side, of course, I am my body and actually pants from inside, pants are there, and the outside side of pants is from the other side. So when you have to pull it, you have to go this way with your thumb to get it. But these pants, these trousers are that made that it's very hard to get your thumb in between. So you try to do it in this way. Anyway, you have to squeeze this one, and the same way you have to release it, of course, when you pull it. So you have to open or So it's very hard to do it. Or shall I grab it only here, just on this spot where is the 1 centimeter here, just like that. Then I somehow pull it off, and then of course, and then I open it. For that purpose, this one wasn't like that, because see, this is not the deep pocket carry, so I can grab it here and simply pull it off. Maybe even open it with this way. Maybe no, I don't care about that, but talking about this one, I can grab it here and it's all right. By the way, if we are here, one from the comparison here, of course, could be this Spyderco Manix XL2 because of the size. This is thinner, and this one looks like a knife for harder use than this one. This is better slice and everything, but see, the length is very close. This is thinner, so this one is, and it's, as you might see, these are slightly contoured, which is great. This is simply flat. So this one promises a better use, better long slicing. That should be nice. But what I want to say here as well, even I got this slashing. There is nice. Generally, I can grab it. Like even with the hook here, I can grab it. This one, take it out of my pocket, absolutely without to be scared that knife fall down or something on this one, and then of course deploy it. Just by because of the size, again, just for you, Recon 1 cold steel, one from the model, this is Tanto, doesn't matter about that, just general size, how big, for your imagination, how big or thick the knife is compared to another knife. And last, comparing, just again for this, because of size, Victorinox standard small Victorinox, see how tiny the Victorinox folder is compared to this zero tolerance folder. That's like a baby of that. But important was what I said. If somebody want to use it as a like first response, self-defense, something like that, this is definitely not the knife for it, because you can't grab it or take it out of your pocket and deploy it fast. Absolutely not. In my working pants, where those pockets are a bit more loose, so I can go with my thumb a little bit better, but anyway, I have to squeeze it somehow here, so it takes time to pull it, then to deploy. So definitely for somebody who say, this one looks, I will carry it for my self-defense, no good idea for me. No good idea. This one takes a long time to deploy. Absolutely. And like that, I don't have it here, Cold Steel does, and Emerson, of course, with these ramps here, you can open it when you pull. Anyway, if that will be there, you can't do it, because there is no really way how to grab it securely, pull it, because I have to squeeze it here, especially if there will be the lock, so I have to squeeze it even more because I need the power to unlock it. So this is not for that. So be careful about that. As a working tool, seems to me, as a working tool, as a working knife, so you doesn't matter how long time it takes to deploy, then absolutely fine, because when you grab it, and that's what I want to tell you, this is only downside for me, because yeah, it is deep carry knife, but on the other hand, if somebody is looking for the knife, like let's say security guards, police officers, and they're looking for pockets because they know what they're looking for, then this one is still there. So, and then of course it just randomly pass something and nobody cares about that. It's probably it is less visible than with something like, where is it, of course, like this one, because even without this is out of my pocket, so it's more easy to see. But this one is very hard to deploy it or take it off, actually, as I said. But when you grab it, when you hold it, immediately when I opened the knife, I got it in my hand, I said, nice, nice. The grip, and as I said, I did few cuts, few slices with that, and guys, it sits pretty nice there. Last thing is, before testing, as they made very first this one, and after that they said, okay, let's make it like folder, something similar. So see, the design speaks that. I will be happy. This is really great knife to have, very similar, just like that. Yeah, maybe not this one there, or if finger choil, then proper finger choil. If not, just prolong the real edge to somewhere here, you know, something like that. But make this one as a fixed blade, because this 4 inches blade, okay, if they at 5.5 of an inch, so 1.5 about centimeter on blade, something like this one, with the same thickness, just with this one, as I said, just to make a fixed blade out of that. So something what we don't need on that. The handle could be a little bit shorter, because we need this spare space for that, for the blade when it locks. Of course, by the way, it's nicely centered. Then this one could be very nice fixed blade. I know there is that fixed blade 0004, but it looks great. Yeah, I might have it. Maybe I'll buy it and do the review for that. But it's not this design. It's different knife. It looks great, nice. Can work. I saw some videos. Can work nicely. Everything fine. But the design is not like that. But these, I like, as I said, like father and a child, something like that. I would say we can see clearly these are comparable in the design. So something like this one, that could be nice. Anyway, if you ask me if I'm happy at the moment with the knife, yes, I am, as I said, and I've sliced a couple of times with it, and I'm really happy with that. But after test, we will see for these things what I've cut here. Everything was all right. More satisfied with this one, because price-wise, this is very close to this AK1. You'll see my last video, last test, and I got simply more meat. I would say more meat for my money. As I said, this is about 20% more expensive than was this one, or this one was. But I saw it as nice. I love it simply. It's really great. It really sits. I saw a couple of guys sell it immediately. So because it's new knife, it's probably they always say, I don't know, it's maybe too big, too heavy, I don't know. But for me, it's really nice. To be honest, I trust more the Thiad lock, because it's proven. I don't know about this one, and definitely I wouldn't put any hard use for that. I mean, to baton with it for big on the lock, like I definitely would like or can use for this one. I trust to this lock. When I will baton with it, I trust the lock, it will stay there. I don't trust these locks. Even it can stand for some time, but after time it will definitely lose. I know it's a folder. We shouldn't baton with a knife anyway, right? Okay, but with a folder I will be definitely very careful. But for the other use, for let's say light batoning in this way, or maybe in this one, but depend on what that's important. But standard for standard use, standard cutting, outdoor camping, because it's slicey for food prep, outdoor food prep. I'm talking lots of things to do with this knife, because it's really nice, relatively comfortable, relatively heavy, but compared to what? And yes, I'm happy with that at the moment. Thank you very much. Have a great time. Bye.